Joining me now for reaction from the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, Congressman Scott Perry. Yeah, I was just mentioning, if you're a stockholder of Boeing, and there are a lot of people that have it in their 401ks, you're really worried. It's been going down today, down 7.5%, but it's lost half its value since these troubles began. What is going on at Boeing? What's your best guess?
Well, first of all, I would say thanks for having me on, and it's great that people don't have to take stock in the FAA. Listen, David, the FAA is at Boeing every step along the process, just like a health inspector at a meat packaging plant. Yet somehow they never find anything wrong, and when they do find something wrong, as reported by the manufacturer, they have nothing to do with it. It's always the manufacturer. Boeing has been around for a very, very long time, producing safe, reliable airplanes. Meanwhile, we just passed an FAA reauthorization that is completely status quo, doesn't do anything to address industry issues, the flying public's issue, the fact that air travel in America is oftentimes unreliable as passengers are left all around the country stranded, not because of aircraft manufacturers, but because of the FAA and the federal government. So with this, I'm very frustrated with the FAA's posture on this. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I understand your skepticism about the government to regulate these things properly, because they've done a terrible job of it in the past, and I'm sure there are cases of it with the FAA. But in this case, a lot of people look at Boeing and suggest that there might be a pandemic hangover here, that the same problem that's pursuing a lot of companies. Fred Smith from FedEx has talked about this, that workers really came out of the pandemic unprepared to get back in the workforce and may have made some mistakes along the line. Could that be part of the problem here?
Well, it could possibly be part of the problem, but I will tell you this, a lot of it is over-regulation, in my opinion. I mean, when you have aircraft manufacturers literally making the airplane to comply with DEI requirements or climate change requirements, as opposed to safety of flight and getting passengers to where do they need to be on time, the FAA has lost sight of its mission, as has much of the federal government. And in one case, I will tell you this, as a sitting congressman who has concerns on behalf of his constituents, I've been waiting over 3 months for a return phone call from the FAA after making multiple calls. They can't even be bothered to call back. Right? So what makes you believe that they're actually watching what's going on in any of these places?
Yeah. On the other thing, the other failure that we know now clearly that has been led on the American people is the failure of our education system. Again, Fred Smith has talked about this. The people that are being educated in the United States are not being educated as well as they used to be. That's the fault of the unions, probably the Department of Education as well. So that plays into all of this as well in terms of our workforce. We got to straighten things out, but unfortunately, we have run out of time. Congressman Scott Perry, thank you so much. Appreciate it.